Good afternoon. Almost evening. Good to see you all. What a beautiful day, except for the wind, yes? Woo! Yeah, that was pretty serious stuff. But I'm so glad it blew you in this way. Good to see you. You're always an amazing audience. And lest I repeat myself, we do have a great show for you tonight. So, you ready for us to get on with it? Let's do it. Let's do it. Here we are celebrating Notes of Love and Laughter. Our first number is a popular Tin Pan Alley song from 1927 composed by Milton Ager and Jack Yellen. The tune, which epitomizes the Roaring Twenties, was a massive hit for Gene Austen. Do we have music going somewhere? Okay. Am I hearing things? I thought I was hearing music. Okay. It became a staple 1961 stage act for the Beatles, who released it as a 1964 single with John Lennon on vocals. The song was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame and remains a standard from the early 20th century. Here are the traveling troupe tappers: Karen Avison, Patty Frederick, Terry Hegeman, Carol Kirk, Eileen Layden, Gail Prohaska, Kathy Schultz, Gretchen Sumbar, and Jane Tarkington, bringing us Ain't She Sweet?
Ain't she sweet? We'll see you coming down the street. Now I ask you very confidentially, ain't she sweet? Ain't she nice? Look over once or twice. Now I ask you very confidentially, ain't she nice? Just cast an eye in her direction. Oh me, oh my, ain't that projection? I repeat, don't you think she's kinda neat? I ask you very confidentially, ain't she sweet?
Thank you. We ask you to be quiet during the performance, please, in respect for our performers. We really appreciate it. Thank you. And there are people clapping about that. This next legendary country song was written and recorded in 1952 by Hank Williams. Celebrating the spirit and cuisine of Louisiana's Cajun and Creole culture, this song is a musical snapshot featuring themes of community, simple pleasures, and feasting. Besides Hank Williams, this song was also recorded by Joe Stafford, the Carpenters, John Fogerty, and Fats Domino. Here is Marvel Pearson singing Jambalaya, Oh the Bio.
Good evening. Goodbye, Joe. Me gotta go. Me oh my oh. Me gotta go. Pull the pirogue down the bayou. Me born the sweetest one. Me oh my oh. Son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun on the bayou. We'll be dope, hard to know the place is buzzing. Kinfolk come see Yvonne by the dozen. Dress up style, go hog wild and be gay. Son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun on the bayou. Flat jambalaya, crawfish pie, and filet gumbo. For tonight I'm gonna need my share of meal. Pick guitar, fill food jar, and be gay. Son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun on the bayou. Jambalaya, crawfish pie, and filet gumbo. For tonight I'm gonna need my machete meal. Pick guitar, fill free jar, and gale. Son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun on the bayou. Son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun on the bayou. Son of a gun, we're gonna have big fun on the bayou. Yeah! Thank you so much. Happy Mardi Gras. Y'all have a good evening tonight.
Thank you, Marvel. This next classic 1957 pop ballad was famously recorded by Johnny Mathis, featuring music by Robert Allen and lyrics by Al Stillman. It was a major hit on the Billboard and Cashbox charts and was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 1998. It was selected for preservation in the National Recording Registry by the Library of Congress in 2024. Here is Chances Are, performed by Cindy Oberdeer.
I'd like to preserve Johnny Mathis. Chances are, 'cause I wear a silly grin the moment you come into view. Chances are you think that I'm in love with you. Just because my composure sort of slips the moment that your lips meet mine. Chances are you think my heart's your Valentine. In the magic of moonlight, when I sigh, hold me close, dear. Chances are you believe the stars that fill the skies are in my eyes. Guess you feel you'll always be the one and only one for me. And if you think you could guess you feel you'll always be the one and only one for me. And if you think you could, well, chances are your chances are awfully good. The chances are, your chances are awfully good. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cindy. Translated as Kiss Me a Lot, this next song is one of the most famous and frequently recorded Spanish language songs in history. Written in 1940, it has been translated into dozens of languages and remains a global pop and jazz standard. The composer, Consuelo Velasquez, was only about 15 or 16 years old when she wrote this song, and interestingly, she reported she had never even been kissed at the time of its composition. This internationally famous song has been recorded by artists such as Andre Bocelli, the Beatles, Elvis Presley, Nat King Cole, and Harry Connick Jr. Here is Maria Mines singing Besame Mucho.
It is? Yeah, I think it is. A little higher? Yeah. Testing? Yeah, it's good. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo de amarte y perderte después. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo de amarte y perderte después. Quiero tenerte muy cerca, mirarme en tus ojos, verte junto a mí. Piensa que tal vez mañana yo ya estaré lejos, muy lejos de ti. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo de amarte y perderte después. Quiero tenerte muy cerca, mirarme en tus ojos,
verte junto a mí. Piensa que tal vez mañana yo ya estaré lejos, muy lejos de ti. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo de amarte y perderte otra vez. Que tengo miedo de amarte y perderte otra vez. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. This next sentimental country ballad was written by Alan Jackson. It was released in October of 2003 as a reflection of his life and marriage. When Jim Saunders first heard this song, it made him think about his wife, Barb, and how they grew in their relationship. In 2024, Jim adapted the lyrics and sang this song to Barb when they renewed their vows for their 50th wedding anniversary. The revised lyrics reflect how Jim and Barb met over 50 years ago and remained together, still loving each other and holding on to each other as they did when they first met. It is a tribute to how they first began their relationship and how it thrives today. Here is Jim and Barb Saunders with Remember When.
Turn that down a bit. Turn the sound down a bit. We'll start it over. There you go. Remember when 50 years ago, when we were young, time stood still, and love was all we knew. We met one week, engaged the next, and my brother thought I'd lost my mind. Remember when 7 months later we gave our vows, walked the walk, made the start, and it was hard. We lived and learned life through tears. There was joy and there was hurt. Remember when marriage was not what we thought. We had changed, became disillusioned and rearranged. We came together, fell apart, and we broke each other's hearts. Remember when remember when the sound of our boys' feet was the music that we danced to, week to week, brought back the love. We found trust, vowed we'd never give it up. Remember when Thirty seems so old now looking back. It was just a stepping stone to where we are and where we met. Said we'd do it all again. Remember when we said when we turned gray, when the boys grow up and move away, we won't be sad, we'll be glad for all the life we had, and we'll remember when. Remember when. Love you, dear.
Thank you. Well, Woo.
I would have found out sooner or later.
Roses are red, violets are blue. When it's Valentine's Day, the geese tend to, let's just hear from Cecilia Williams what they tend to do. Here she is with an update on what the Heather Gardens geese do on Valentine's Day.
Woohoo! Have you noticed how many geese we have who've flown in here? They are everywhere. The word got out. They're coming in from Canada. They're coming in from Venezuela. They're coming in here because they've heard how wonderful it is at Heather Gardens for the geese. And particularly, I've always wondered, I live in building 214. And you know, Valentine's Day is on 214. We are the building of love. And that's why the geese always gather between the yard between 214 and 215. And they're getting ready for their yearly mating. And you know, they're so disappointed. They've flown in from all over the world, and they thought that they could rent a room at this hotel up there because, you know, last year I paid for it. But they found out that that hotel is no longer a hotel. Now it's apartments. They got nowhere to go. So they're just in the ponds, and you know, the frogs that I talk about, the special ones that have feathers, and they really are a species. You got to Google it. It's Frecken. So they're the freaking frogs are screaming out there about the geese are doing in their pond. I don't know what to say about that. Oh, but the geese love me and they talk to me so much, and they're kind of fighting with the turkeys right now because the turkeys just, you know, they came in from Cherry Creek as visitors to see our beautiful winter wonderland over here of water, and they've stayed there, overstayed their welcome. They're the ones that get on the banisters and people send me pictures. Geese don't get on the banisters. So the geese go up to the turkeys when they're on the banisters, and the turkeys are saying, "Go cook your goose." And the geese are saying, "Well, stuff your turkey." And the whole thing is, you know, they're trying so hard to get me in shape. They love me. They want me to live a long time, and I'm pretty skinny. But they've got me working out. I'm laughing so hard, and I can tell you right now, I've been working on my abs. Right now, I got a 1-pack, and it's doing good. And right now, on building 214, there is a bald eagle on the top. He is here to stop the feud between the geese and the turkeys. He's observing everything, and he's also kind of wants to see what's going on with the party, see if there's anything left over for him to pick on. But anyway, the geese, as I said last week, we are doing speed control with them. They're the traveling speed bumps, or as I call them, goose bumps. And I had one of our building people told me just last week, it seems like so many geese are here when they cross the road and you honk at them and you yell at them, you try to shush them along, they just go slower and slower across the street. And I said, of course they do, because really they have a webbed feet. They'd really like to flip you the bird. See you next month.
Testing.
Thank you, Cecilia. Released in 1967 on the Beatles' landmark album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, this next song was written by Paul McCartney when he was only 14 or 15 years old, around 1956. It was one of the first songs he ever wrote, originally intended in a cabaret or Sinatra-esque style. Ironically, McCartney's father turned 64 that same year, and the song was partly seen as a tribute to him. It's a whimsical look at aging and enduring love. To make his voice sound younger and more rooty-tooty, McCartney requested that the track be sped up, raising the key from C to D flat major. Here is Wayne Wharton singing When I'm 64.
Testing, check. When I get old and losing my hair, many years from now, will you still be sending me a Valentine? Birthday greetings, bottle of wine. If I get out till 2:45, would you lock the door? Will you still feed me? Will you still need me when I'm 64? You'll be older too, and if you say no word, I could stay with you. I could be handy mending a fuse when your lights have gone. You can knit the sweater by the fireside. Sunday morning, go for a ride. Doing the garden, digging the weeds. Who could ask for more? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Every summer we could rent the cottage in the Isle of Wight if it's not too dear. We shall swim and so grandchildren are on your name. Ella, Chuck, and Dave. Send me a postcard, drop me a line, stating point of view. In the case as to what you mean to say, you're sincerely wasting away. Feeling the phone, mine forevermore. Will you still lead me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
This next comedic show tune was from the 1943 Rodgers and Hammerstein musical, Oklahoma. It's all about a flirtatious young woman who finds herself unable to resist the advances of her various suitors. Here is Judy Rowe performing I Can't Say No.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm just a girl who can't say no. I'm in a terrible fix. I always say, come on, let's go, when I ought to say nix. When a fella tries to kiss a girl, I know she ought to give his face a slap. But as soon as someone kisses me, I somehow sort of want to kiss her back. I'm just a fool when nights are low. I can't be pissy or play. I ain't the type to confade. How can I be what I ain't? I can't say no. What you gonna do when a fella gets flirty and starts to talk purty? What you gonna do? Supposing he says that your lips are like cherries or roses or berries. What you gonna do? Supposing he says that you're sweeter than cream and he has to have cream or die. What you gonna do when he talks like that? Spit in his eye? I'm just a girl who can't say no. I can't seem to say it at all. I hate to disappoint a beau when he is making a call. At first I am refined and cool when sitting on my velveteen settee. But then I remember the golden rule and do for him what he could do for me. I can't resist a Romeo in his leather and chaps. As soon as I sit on his lap, something inside of me snaps. I can't say no. Oh, no.
Thank you, Judy. Now for a classic jazz standard composed in 1930 by Fabian Andre, Wilbur Schwant, and Gus Kahn. First recorded by Ozzie Nelson in 1931, it has since become one of the most recorded songs in history with over 400 versions. It was recorded by Cass Elliot and the Mamas and the Papas, Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong, and Doris Day. It saw a recent surge in popularity due to its inclusion in major television soundtracks of Stranger Things and The Boys. Here is Carol Williams with Dream a Little Dream of Me.
Shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and you'll miss me while I'm alone and blue as can be. Dream a little dream of me. Just breathing your I want me to make me just stay sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave your worries behind you. And in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I'm here, still craving your kiss. I want me to just sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave your worries far behind you. And in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. Da, 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 da.
Thank you, Carol. This next song provides a honky-tonk good time. Written by Jeffrey Steele, Shane Miner, and Bart Almond, it reached #1 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart in late 2006. Notably, it set a record at the time for the slowest climb to the top spot, taking 36 weeks to reach #1. It was recorded by Steve Hawley, and it became one of his most successful hits. Here is A Brand New Girlfriend transformed into Brand New Boyfriend with Tina McLaughlin and Dale Sari.
I need a little bit of time to find myself. I need some space where I can think. Maybe we ought to start seeing other people. Baby, this is all just moving way too fast for me.
So I put on my walking shoes and I got up on that high road and I did what any girl would do. I got a brand new boyfriend. You went to Arizona the weekend. Spent the whole day lying on the beach with nothing but a spot for you. Kissy, kissy, smoochy, smoochy, talking, mooshy, mooshy, nothing. Man, I think I'm on the show, man. I feel just like a kid again. I got a brand new boyfriend. I love it when he calls me Buttercup. He hardly ever leaves the toilet seat up. He buys me wine instead of beer and says my girlfriend's always welcome here. When I get hungry, she takes me out. I'm riding shotgun like a tattoo now. My clothes are bagging, my thumb's hanging out. It makes me want to shout, I got a brand new boyfriend. We're gonna jump off the deep end. You look there for the weekend. And the whole day lying on the beach doing nothing but a small plane. Kissy, kissy, smoochy, smoochy, talking, moochy, moochy, without an understand. Man, I think I'm on to something. You know I go just like a fool again. I got a brand new girlfriend. Woo! Everybody, yeehaw! He likes to run hard, nothing from the sand. Kissing red and doves and making plans. I think he'll stick around, I guess. He hasn't even told me he loves me yet. I got a brand new
Thank you.
Thank you.
A heavy tribute to the 1950s swamp pop and R&B styles of New Orleans, this next classic track by the Beatles was featured on their 1969 album, Abbey Road. McCartney spent a week coming into the studio each morning to record his vocals. He wanted his voice to sound worn in and raw, as if he had been performing on stage all week, rather than clear and polished. Here is Oh Darling, performed by Donald Watley.
Oh, darling, please believe me. I'll never do you wrong. Believe me when I tell you, I'll never do you wrong. Oh, darling, if you leave me, I'll never make it alone. Believe me when I beg you, don't ever leave me alone. When you told me that you didn't need me anymore, I need me now. And when you told me that you didn't need me anymore, well, you know I need you now. Oh, darling, if you leave me, I'll never make it alone. Believe me when I tell you, I'll never do you no harm. When you told me you didn't need me anymore, I know I need me more now. When you told me that you didn't need me anymore, well, you know I need me more now. If you leave me, I'll never make it home. Believe me when I tell you, I'll never do you no harm.
Thank you, Donalyn. This 1975 famous show tune comes from the musical Chicago, created by the legendary team of John Kander, Fred Ebb, and Bob Fosse. It was also performed by Richard Gere in the Oscar-winning movie adaptation. In honor of a beloved Frolics member, Howard Clemmer, who passed in September 2025, here are, with whom several of these lovely ladies performed this number, the Frolicking Fanettes, Cindy Crockett, Camilla Landrum, Gretchen Sumbar, with Wayne Wharton performing All I Care About Is Love.
I don't care about expensive things, cashmere coats, diamond rings, don't mean a thing. All I care about is love, that's what I'm here for. I don't care for wearing silk cravats, rubies, satin spats, don't mean a thing. All I care about is love. When I see her standing there, well, frankly, mister, I'm a millionaire. I don't care for wearing fine attire, Vanderbilt might admire. No, no, not me. All I care about is love. Don't mean a thing. All I care about is love. Don't mean a thing. All I care about is love. Give me long, waving hair, flowing down about to there. And when I see her running free, well, taking money, that's enough for me. I don't care for bird and packer cars, cigars, don't mean a thing. All I care about is kicking the guy who's picking on you, twisting the wrist and turning the screw. All I care about is love.
Thank you. Well, it has been, again, a lovely time with you this evening. You are always a great audience. Roxanne reminded me to remind you to leave a tip if you would like in the tip jar. It is always appreciated. Please note on your program the Dueling Divas Spring production and put that on your calendar. And then next month, of course, we'll be back with March Mosaic of Magic and Mischief. And of course, we're now going to close with our theme song of Let There Be Peace on Earth.
and they will peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. It's hard to choose. It's all on me. Let me on in perfect harmony. And miss me the most.